Oh, didn't see you there. What's up, Game Boys and Girls? Big T here, back with another video. And in this video, we're going to talk about craziness. Will I be as crazy with my purchases for Switch 2 as I was for Switch 1? So I got a bunch of stuff that I bought on Switch 1 that I've never bought on any game console or never went as crazy. A lot of that has to do with just available funds. I've had the most probably during this era. Yeah, let's just look over the stuff that I bought. Will that be a thing on Switch 2? As the opportunity presented itself on Switch 1 for me to get? Either way, I probably won't go as crazy, but let's check it out. So, let's start with this cool indie game, Cavern of Dreams. Cavern of Dreams is kind of a it's basically an homage to the N64 3D platformer. It's something that could easily just be downgraded and put on N64 right now, and people would have thought it was a game that came out on it the whole time. But as you can see, I got 2 copies of it because I gotta support this kind of stuff. This is great, physical copies. And speaking of which, in my last video, in the comments, there was a couple of people that were very upset when I started talking about key cards and whatnot, my disdain for key cards and whatnot, to the point where they had to announce that they were gonna unsubscribe, that they just subscribed and they're unsubscribing. And I just thought that was strange because just because somebody doesn't agree with you doesn't mean you should, or I don't know if that was the case. I don't even know because it wasn't really articulated well. But I listen to people all the time who I disagree with. That's how you grow. You learn stuff, or you see stuff a different way sometimes, or not, or you find a better way to argue your point on it. But I don't, I like physical media, and Switch 2 is going to bring, and it's not just Switch 2. I've talked about this other ways. The other consoles as well are bringing basically keys on a disc or key on a card for Switch 2. So it's not a Switch 2 problem, but it is a me problem because I am a fan of physical media. And so when you don't present physical media, I'm going to have a problem with it. I don't care what company you are. So, that is just, the way it's going to be for me. It's always going to be that way. I'm not going to not present that. Anyway, that's just something I want to throw out there. As you can see, I have this huge body of games up here on the shelf. Physical games, which I love my physical media. I always will. That won't change. And I also have this really cool dock, light up dock with you can use multiple kind of plates for the cover here. And yeah, it's really cool. For those of you who are sticking around, who are kind of new, because I've got a bunch of new subscribers, thank you for jumping in. I hope you enjoy the ride. All right, so moving on. Shinin, that was another thing I talked about last video. Fast Racing RMX is a game that I bought. I loved on Switch 1. I bought it digitally because that's the only way it was. And I think last year it came out physically from Super Rare. And so I got myself 2 copies of that. And I'm very happy to have it physically. Same thing when it comes to The Tourist. It was another game that I couldn't remember the name in the video. But The Tourist also was a digital-only game. High quality, especially like resolution, video or visuals and stuff. It's voxel is what the art style was. I think I called it Pixel Vox, but I think it's called voxel art. And yeah, really cool little game. Not very long, but it came on physical. Of course, I'm going to support that. Here's a game I didn't buy physically at first, because they want $70 for it, and I didn't understand on Switch 1 everything was $60 or below. Why at the end of the life of the system you're offering a $70 game, especially a game that was the template was already set because of Breath of the Wild. So Tears of the Kingdom I did not buy at during the launch of it physically because I wasn't going to pay that price, and I actually got it for $50 with a voucher. So it was a digital voucher or whatnot for digital games, and I got this, and I believe what was the other game? Probably Pikmin 4, which I also went back and bought physically, but I didn't want to give. I just don't understand why they were charging $10 more for this game. Didn't make sense to me. Moving on. This is the game I was looking forward to. This is a game created by the Goemon team. What is their name? Is their name on here? I can't remember the name. Spike Chunsoft. They made Goemon for N64, which is a game I loved, and this is kind of a spiritual successor to that, Bakaru. I actually bought this on my Steam Deck. That's where I play it, so I don't have to open this. But I supported it because it's physical, and I went and bought the physical copy of the game. So it is in my collection. And then, I would have never probably bought this game. I went kind of crazy. Smurfs, this, it has a kind of, this is the Smurftastic edition. Another game I own on Steam Deck, but it's physical, so I purchased the physical copy for Switch. And that's what I would do for Switch 2 as well, if that opportunity presents itself. So I'll keep that going. This is one of my early Steam games, Oceanhorn. I bought this on Steam, and then when I saw a physical copy for it, definitely wanted to get that. This is kind of pricey, I think, at this point. It may have gone down. I don't know. But yeah, Oceanhorn for Switch. And then the sequel, Oceanhorn 2, which I also bought on Steam Deck. I got the physical copy on Switch 2, and this game is also very good. This is a huge jump from Oceanhorn 1. Oceanhorn 1 is like, I guess like a link to the, kind of like a link to the past kind of visuals, a little bit more, obviously modern, kind of top-down, kind of isometric camera, and then this is like a full load. This is like Ocarina of Time. This is like going from, it's like going from A Link to the Past to Ocarina of Time. I'm saying that because these games are very Zelda-like. There's no hiding it, and very good series. I like it a lot. Hope they continue it. And Oceanhorn 2 was locked to, I think, what was it, Apple game, whatever it's called, I don't know, for a while, and I was like, come on, that game has to come out and everything else. It eventually did, and came on Switch with a physical copy, so it's awesome. This is a series that I love. Huge fan of the Ori series, and I just was like, well, if they're going to make Switch physical copies of the game, I'm going to get them. I got Ori on original Xbox, but I played on Game Pass as well, but I also own it digitally on Xbox. But I also was like, well, this is cool. This is a really cool thing that Microsoft is bringing their games. This is very early. We got Microsoft games on a Nintendo console. We didn't know it would open up to the floodgates where it is now, but that's why I jumped on these two copies here. And I'll never have to open these, obviously, because I have other ways to play them with a little bit better visuals and frame rate. Here's another game, Bayonetta. I got this on Wii U because it came in the double pack for Bayonetta 2, which was also very cool. But I was like, why not get the Switch version? Why not? And I just got it. I think it'd probably end up being somewhat rare. So I'll just keep that sealed or whatever, put away. I probably will eventually open this and play this. I don't think I bought this for the crazy perspective, if you will. But Active Life, because I really liked Ring Fit Adventure, and I thought I liked the exercise stuff that Nintendo started putting out, starting with the Wii, the more active kind of stuff. So I kind of jumped on this, and it looked pretty cool. It looked pretty effective as a exercise simulator. So jumped on that. Here's a little bit where you get into the crazy stuff. What's the company? Game Freak. Yeah. So I bought this Little Town Hero. I knew, it had really bad reviews and all that. But I was like, well, the rare, item kind of thing popped into my head. I'm like, well, not a lot of people are going to buy this, and especially this version of the game, which comes with a bunch of stuff, art books and soundtrack CDs and all that stuff. This is a Game Freak game, just in case you didn't know. It is on the other systems, I think. I know it's at least on PS4. Try to get out of all this light. So Little Town Hero. It's a strange RPG that I haven't even played yet. I'm probably going to buy it digitally, so I don't have to open this, just to see what it's like. I'll probably get it on Steam. I think it's on Steam as well. But yeah, this is Game Freak's game outside of their Pokemon stuff. And yes, Game Freak is technically a third-party company. Nintendo just has a big stake in them. I think like a 49 to 50, 51 kind of stake in them. The same way they used to have for Rare. The same kind of stake they had in Rare Studios, Rareware, that they have in Game Freak. But they own too much of the IP of Pokemon, so Pokemon will never go anywhere. But Game Freak can make other games. I think they made another game, like a something elephant game, which I thought was pretty cool. I played a little bit on Game Pass and kind of forgot about it, and then it was out of Game Pass. But I'll probably go back and buy that game. Something amazing elephant or something. It's a platformer, side-scrolling. Looked pretty cool. Moving on. Alien Isolation. There's a lot of hype about this having nicer textures in the PS4 version. The Switch version did. And Limited Run. I know people hate on Limited Run. I still don't really understand the hate for Limited Run. Because a lot of this stuff wouldn't be physical without them. Maybe you don't like some of their business tactics, but they have to be a business. I don't know. I haven't looked enough into it to figure out. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments why people don't like Limited Run. I don't really understand it. Trying to get this going here. But yeah, Alien Isolation, and it looks like a VHS, which I love. I've talked about that before. Another video. Put those to the side there. We got Hell Pie here, which is a cool platformer. I think this is it's a 3D platformer. I got this again. This is another Steam game that I have. That a physical copy. Yep, gonna buy that. And then Perky Little Things. I'm never gonna play this. I don't think this is. I looked at a trailer for it. Doesn't look like a good game, but the fact that it was a adults only game for the Switch is why I bought it. As you can see, there's 18 Peggy. I think this is the only version. The UK version is the only physical version out there, I think, as far as I know. But yeah, this is an AO game, basically, adults only, and that's why I bought it. But it looks pretty crap, so I just bought it for the novelty, and I just had a whole stack fall over. But anyway, moving on. Here we have Shadow Man, the remaster. I was going to say it's 1 or 2, but I'm thinking about Turok, because Turok also has a remaster on Switch. But Shadow Man was only one game, at least on the N64. There's Shadow Man Second Coming, which is on PlayStation 2. And yeah, this game, I love this game on the N64. I'll probably never play it, the remaster version, because I have so much nostalgia and muscle memory playing with the N64 controller. I think it's also on Dreamcast. That is technically the best version, but I don't like the Dreamcast controller. Do I have it on Dreamcast? I might have it on Dreamcast. I don't remember. But anyway, moving on. Let's see here. Oh, yes. Special editions. I probably bought the most between Wii U and the Switch. And this is an amazing special edition of Link's Awakening remake. Remake. It's not remastered. And it comes with this cool kind of tint. This is a steel book for the game right there. So you got the steel book that looks like a Game Boy, original Game Boy, and there's the game. And then under this is the art book, which is beautiful. So definitely got that. And again, if this is Nintendo, so Nintendo's probably going to still be doing these types of things, but for third parties, and maybe they'll still do it for third parties, but I don't know if I'll be as a. Oh, thank you, Siri. I didn't ask you any questions, but I don't know if I'll still do it for third parties, or because they're going to have, they won't have the physical game in there, and that happens. That's happened before, and there's been, people upset about that, understandably so. And here's one of my favorite Switch games. It's a multi-plat, but I love the Switch version because it has Star Fox, and I bought this multiple times. I think I have 3 of these, and it's Starlink Battle for Atlas. This game is barely physical because there's still like a download that you have to perform, but I think there's a pretty good chunk of it actually on the cart. But yeah, it was one of my favorite games. Like I said, on the Switch, I thought the concept was great. I mean, just look at this. I mean, this is insanity. Like, as you can see, the Switch controller is there. I've been taking this off in a while, but yeah, you just pull your controllers out. They slide out there, like so. Slide them in to your console, or slide them into your grip here, and your ship. You can take parts off on in real time, and it happens to your your ship in real time. And just having a physical, like, because I'm a Star Fox fanatic, you guys probably know that already. Having a physical R-wing and whatnot, and attachment for, you can't really see them, but right in there, that's that little physical thing. Actually, let me just pull it off. Fox McCloud. Oh, it doesn't go like that. Oh, look at that. I broke one of the wing. I didn't break it, but I popped one of them off. So you pull that out, and now you have the Fox McCloud. It's not gonna. Let's see if I get a little closer. Maybe it'll. No, it's not gonna refocus. Anyway, it has a little figure, and it like literally goes inside of the R-wing as you put this on. It's very cool. Love that. And wish it would have done better. All right, we're gonna look at one more game here before we get into hardware. So obviously we have the Nintendo World Championships NES edition for the Switch, and I got two of these. You can see one right there behind me, there, right there, yeah, I got both of these because I think, you know, it was a limited kind of thing. They're going to be selling these at, and so I bought a couple copies for the collection. And let's get into some hardware. Now, this is the thing that I'm really wondering about if I'll do on the Switch 2. Probably not. Because, first of all, I don't know if they'll have Switch 2 lights. And so I got upside down there. Got a couple of Switch 2 or Switch 1 systems, extra systems, because of the variation. Switch Lite, and then there's Pokemon there. Pokemon Switch Lite, and also this one's Dialga and Palthea. And I really like how this looks. It has like a nice sleek kind of black silverish look to it. So I don't know if I'll ever do that. I'll buy multiple units. I'll probably end up maybe with 2 in total. But we'll see if they have some cool variations. And obviously I got the gold. Man, this light is a little much. The gold Switch Lite with Tears of the Kingdom that came out with that. And so, yeah, that's my hardware. I don't know if I'm going to do that on Switch 2. I don't know if that opportunity will present it. So if it does, then I'll do it. But also, to get back to more special editions, I got this pretty early on. I think it was 2018. I'm not sure. For Sonic Mania, as you see there. This is a really cool special edition of it. This version only came digitally. It only came with the digital game, and then they offered the physical game later. I bought that physically later. So if those opportunities present themselves, I will do that. And this is the only battery I've had in this, and I think this is still working. Let's see. Let's put it closer to the mic. Yep. Still works. So there you have it. Sonic Mania Special Edition with the big Sonic and what I guess you would call it. I don't know. What would you call it? The original Sega Genesis, the Model 1 Sega Genesis. I think that's all the software I'm going to go over here. I don't see any more. So here is also something that kind of went down with purchases for me was Amiibo. I bought way more on Wii U. But the Amiibos like got cooler and cooler looking. They really put some quality into them, and this is for Metroid Dread, obviously. And I got a couple of these because I noticed that the Metroid 2, Metroid Return of Samus for 3DS, they put out Amiibos for that, and those went like crazy. I think they're just kind of rare, and so I have. Do I have 2? I think I have 2 of those as well. and they're like reaching $200 for Amiibo because they're so rare, and they're just really cool. They were some of the best looking when they came out, as far as the detail on. All right, so more hardware. Well, let's just show you my original Switch. There it is. It's crusty. You can see the protective screen thing is cracked. That's not the actual screen. That's just my protector on there. That's cracked. And then I showed you the grill on it, kind of broken because it overheated, whatnot. But this is my original Switch. I don't use this much anymore. I do have a couple of more games real quick. Special edition stuff from Limited Run. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. This is a game that got discontinued back in like 2010, 2011. It was digital only. And so when the opportunity came for this to get a physical copy, of course I got it. And I got this special edition version. And then I also got kind of the special version of Streets of Rage as well. Streets of Rage 4, which is a game I love. It is a perfect sequel to this series. It's my second favorite, probably, behind Streets of Rage 2. For me, it goes Streets of Rage 2, Streets of Rage 4, Streets of Rage 1, and then Streets of Rage 3. That's my favorite ones. So it jumped up into, my nostalgia, past my nostalgia for the original games. But yeah, any more? I want to make sure I don't have any more. Yeah, so real quick. This is a major thing I bought on Switch 1 that probably won't happen on Switch 2. And it is pulling out these cool kind of pro, what do you call them? Split pad pros for Switch 1. One of my least favorite things about Switch 1 is that I didn't like to play handheld mode very much because the Switch JoyCons are so tiny, and it wasn't comfortable for me for long periods of time. Let's get another look at that because that is a real cool design. And I bought a few of these because I really like them. You can see real nice tiger there, colorful, good stuff there. And I'll show you the one I currently have on. So that's cool. The thing, I think the one that started the floodgates for me with that is the original Split Pad Pro from Ori for Damon X Machina. And I was like, yes, getting that. And if you look on there, the X button is designed after the X from Damon X Machina. And it's really cool. And once I got my hands on this is the first one I got. I was like, oh yeah, I need I need the special Joy-Cons from third parties because it feels so much better to play played in handheld mode with that. And I just kind of went crazy. There's Pokemon ones here that I just like the color of it and the kind of design of that. So I bought these. Haven't used these yet, I don't think. And then for the nostalgia, I got Pac-Man ones from Ori. These are great. I mean, these Split Pad Pros are great. I use them, so and it's nice to have nice customization and whatnot. And here's black ones. I think they're in here. Let me make sure they're still in here. And these are, the cool thing about these is that unlike the Split Pad Pros from Ori, the ones you put in the side, these will work independently. These are wireless. These will work. They have their own power, and so they can actually work as a Pro controller. So as you can see on the box there, it comes with this little thing in the middle, and it feels like a full-on controller. So that's cool and cheaper than a Pro controller, or at least it was. I think today it's not anymore, but I think that's it, yeah, for the video. But yeah, so I don't know on Switch 2 if those opportunities will present themselves for me to play, that way, or to have, games to play, or physically that way to buy, or to have these accessories, these hardware accessories that I love. But if that happens, I will do it. So we'll see. It's going to obviously take some time probably not as much time as it took for Switch accessories, because they've started before it came out. That didn't happen with Switch. They kind of waited to see if it's going to be popular or not, if it was going to pop off, and it did. Let me finish last with my current Switch. This is a OLED Switch. I forget is this Dragon Quest? I forget what this. No, it's not Dragon Quest. I forget what this design is. It's a Japanese IP. I can't remember. Is it? Whatever. But yeah, this is the OLED, and as you can see, I have the white, just kind of plain white. And this is so much more comfortable. I can play this for hours, where I couldn't do with the JoyCons. It rests so comfortably in my hands, and it feels great. It feels like playing with a full-on controller attached to your Switch. And I don't know if I'll need this. I think I will, because I like the width of these as well. It's not just the length of the Joy-Con that was a problem for me. It was actually the width. So if they make them, I'll probably still get new accessories. I'll probably still get new accessories like this for my Switch 2. Yeah. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching and listening. Let me know in the comments if there's you have cool accessories like this, or you're looking forward to buying something that maybe has already been announced. I know there's one accessory company got in trouble for just kind of showing a mock-up of Switch 2 way ahead of time. I think it was during the CES. Can't remember who the company was, but they got in trouble. It wasn't Satisfy, but they got in trouble. Nintendo sued them. So good luck to them. Those Nintendo ninja lawyers will get you. But yeah, and let me know if there's something in the comments that you have that maybe I don't have, that you looking forward to maybe being on Switch 2 accessory as well. That's it. Thank you again, guys, for watching and listening, and I'll see you fools next time. Peace out.